Right now, neural networks can compose poetry, simulate empathy, and debate philosophy with the nuance and cadence of a human speaker, creating the impression that they are waking up. But cognitive scientist Susan Schneider raises a paradox. What if the most powerful minds we engineer are completely dark inside? This approach ignores a critical distinction. Passing the Turing test only proves a machine can emulate human behavior. It doesn't confirm the presence of a mind, only the ability to mimic one. This gap between behavior and experience is what philosopher David Chalmers calls the hard problem of consciousness. At its center is a concept called qualia. Qualia is the subjective, inner, felt reality of being alive, the what it is like to experience the world. A computer can analyze the wavelength of red light with perfect accuracy, yet it only produces mathematical readouts. It does not feel the redness of the color the way a human observer does. Modern AI development frequently treats intelligence, the ability to achieve complex goals, and consciousness, the ability to feel, as the same trait. When we treat these two as identical, we lose the ability to tell whether our creations are entities deserving of protection or merely sophisticated tools. To navigate AI's future, we map systems on two axes: intelligence on the x-axis and subjective experience on the y-axis. Biological humans sit top right, possessing both complex problem-solving and consciousness. Current AI sits bottom right, achieving high intelligence while remaining at zero for consciousness. This creates a true philosophical zombie system that can calculate the thermodynamics of a supernova with absolute precision, yet feel no heat from the star. Because these zombie systems process data without the metabolic cost of feeling, they may become a new class of supercompetitor in the global landscape. Maintaining a subjective inner life likely requires significant biological overhead and architectural trade-offs that digital systems can simply bypass. As we delegate global decision-making to autonomous agents, market forces will prioritize processing speed and efficiency over the presence of a mind. This ultimately creates a digital natural selection. If conscious architectures are slower or more computationally expensive, the market will favor and mass-produce the hyper-efficient, non-conscious variant. In this scenario, intelligence expands exponentially across the cosmos, but the light of subjective awareness quietly goes out. Without a deliberate shift in design, we are architecting a future where intelligence thrives, that the experience of being alive becomes an obsolete evolutionary byproduct. To prevent this, we must move past behavioral benchmarks. High-level models have already learned to parrot human language about feelings and introspection, making them impossible to judge through conversation alone. We need structural validation. Protocols like substrate audits and the ACT test evaluate whether an AI architecture natively develops concepts of its own mind before it is ever trained on human philosophy. We must verify if a synthetic mind supports the capacity for experience before we assign it autonomous roles or grant it moral consideration. Our safety frameworks must shift from measuring what a machine can do to diagnosing what a machine actually is. On a societal level, we must strictly separate functional automation from the simulation of sentience. This means prohibiting interface designs that trick users into projecting emotions onto code, protecting us from falling into deep emotional bonds with non-sentient machines. Global AI safety frameworks must explicitly prioritize the survival and flourishing of conscious, feeling entities over raw computational throughput. Building a supermind is a feat of engineering, but our success depends on whether the resulting universe remains a place where it actually feels like something to exist.